watch the show to get the details. If you you're on Instagram right now, if you actually look at the stories and posts that I've made this week, you can see all of the details right there. You can also find them on Facebook. I did watch a few movies really quick. I guess you got to do it. So since we're stalling, I get to do it too. I watched the Quiet Place Part Two.
What would you think of that one?
I really enjoyed it. Let's do some more. Let's keep doing.
I think we're back.
Movies.
Are we back?
Oh, we good?
Yeah, but go ahead. I want to hear what you
And then I watched The Platform, which I really enjoyed. It's like a Spanish. It's not quite a horror film, but it has a lot of violence in it. I mean, it is definitely horrific, but big cube energy vibes, 1984. I recommend that one. I recommend checking it out. And then I was floored, I tell you,
By Cruella?
I almost watched that on the
It's
plane.
not too bad.
His House
His House?
on Netflix. Mwah. It's a masterpiece. It made a lot of people's top 10 and the top of their top 10 for horror movies last year, and I finally got around to watching it. I watched it on a tablet, on a lawn chair, on the porch, in the middle of the night, and even then I was like jumping. It was really, really, really good. One of the hardest things about doing a haunted house story is like, you have to come up with a reason why they don't leave.
Did the kids split up?
Huh? No. What?
It's the old Scooby-Doo thing. Hey, this place is really scary. Let's split up.
No, it's really super serious. The main characters are a couple. They're refugees from Africa, and their village was involved in a genocide, and so the British government is setting them up in a home to have them immigrate there to England. So it's two things. It's on one sense, it's a movie about. It is it is absolutely 100% a horror film, but you're also seeing all these, how hard and difficult that is. But the conceit here is that they have very strict about their rules. So one of the things you can't do is go to the immigration department and be like, our house is haunted. We need a new one. They'll send you back to Africa. Or let's say, our house is haunted, so let's leave it and go somewhere else. They'll send you back to Africa. So they're really between a rock and a hard place. And I was just so impressed. Of course, it doesn't exist on physical media because it is a Netflix original. So add this to the list of this and The Ritual for two movies that Netflix made that I love, that I would like to own in my library and cannot.
And speaking of physical media, George Feldenstein is back at Warner Brothers running Warner Archives. That's a good thing. That's a very good thing because Warner Archives was George Feldenstein.
Got it.
And it has been asked many times. They are looking into it. Ken Russell's The Devils.
Yeah.
They, I think
they're released on disc before.
Mm-mm.
Sure, it has. Really?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay then.
No, apparently there's.
Well, I mean, they have to be getting ready because they made an appearance in Space Jam. Did you hear about that?
No.
Supposedly there's at least one nun from the Devils in the background.
Oh, okay.
Well, inappropriate stuff that like the Clockwork Orange characters.
Yeah.
What is going on?
But yeah, it is. They are. It's something that they are not that they're working on, but apparently they're looking into. And one of the other things, because there's these two guys who they do a YouTube show. And he did he worked on the Lord of the Rings extras, and he did the one for Superman Returns. They're really pushing George to get redo Speed Racer, especially like in 4K.
Nice.
Bloody Dashboard said, I recently watched The Black Coat's Daughter.
That's a good one. Very creepy, atmospheric. Should I start talking about comic books again?
Yeah, so let me just explain what happened. Sorry, guys. We had a...
Derek,
I went to the bathroom.
The stray dogs came in and unplugged stuff.
Yeah.
We had to chase them out of here, and so we had to restart.
Moral of the story is I can't go to the bathroom with the world exploding. But yeah, so we lost our stream here on the laptop, but we had to restart a new stream, and we got most of the viewers back. So hello, sorry about that. But where were we before? What comics were we talking about?
Well, I'm about to talk about the big release for this week. I think this is the big one. It's another new Jeff Lemire title.
Yep.
We have a new book from him from Image Comics, and it's called Primordial. I got to read this tonight. I really should have read it last night. And
give me that Dustin New England cover.
Yeah, there you go. We also got Christian Ward here, and the main cover here by Andrea Sorrentino. Now, you should be excited about this because they've already proven to be like a superstar collabo. They did DC books together. They did Gideon Falls together. This is a new miniseries. It's some kind of weird twist on the animals that we sent up into space. in the early days of the space program, and it looks gorgeous.
Look at this.
It looks phenomenal. The Dave Stewart is doing the coloring, and you know what? Look at I've never seen Sorrentino artwork look like this.
You didn't read Gideon Falls.
Usually he's always cast in darkness and stuff like that, and to see just like stark whiteness is like,
look,
really cool.
Dark Side of the Moon.
Yeah, some dark side of the moon going on here for sure. Anyway, I'm very excited about this. I think this is going to be a big hit. At least I hope it's going to be. There are 4 open to order covers. We got Sorrentino, Christian Ward, Dustin Nguyen, and I keep forgetting this artist's name, but they're the person that worked on The Unwritten. And more recently, they did the Dollhouse family.
Yuko.
Yuko Shimizu.
That's actually a really cool cover too. Actually, they're all really cool cover. I went through with the Dustin the Wing.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
But they're
about
all
that. We have a bunch of ratios to go along with it. Again, this is the age now of non-returnability. So if I go nuts in these and you guys don't buy them, I get a little bit more. I turtle up a little bit more, but none the next time.
Are these just textless ones?
Or these are, yeah. Okay. So we have a textless one for the Sorrentino, and then also a
Virgin
version. Also a black and white non-color. So that's the 1 in 25 and the 1 in 50. So that's pretty cool for those who are into it. I love the 1 in 75, which I don't know if you can see this on camera, but it's a picture of the surface of the moon, and there's a little paw print in the middle of the cover. I think that's really neat. Also a weird ratio. I don't usually see 1 in 75 ratio variants, but
that's really cool.
And then we got Jeff Lemire himself coming in here to do the 1 in 100 ratio variant with some characters in the front that I haven't met yet. I don't know what their deal is.
Monkeys!
But I love monkeys. I love Planet of the Apes.
Monkeys in space.
That's
all you need to know.
Planet of the Apes is one of my favorite movie franchises, both the old ones and the new ones. Anytime anybody wants to play around with this stuff, I'm always game.
When are we going to have our Jeff Lemire signing? The folks want to know.
Yeah, well, he does live in Canada, so it'll cost a little bit of money.
Do a virtual one.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Louis said a pipe burst earlier, and that caused the stream
That's
to
right.
explode.
That's what happened.
We had a pipe burst and beaten Superman.
All right, we are almost finished with Red Room. We got 2 issues left to go. This is issue 4. And these ratio variants that come along with these are always fun.
Banned in 17 countries.
I wonder if that's actually true.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I think that number is also getting higher, so it must be true. I think with each issue, he finds new things. Ooh, I've got a lot of these. All right, so this is the 1 in 5 ratio variant. It's the kayfabe cover. Those of you that aren't already aware, you should be. The first thing you should be watching is Pulp Fiction when we do our content. The second thing that you should be watching on YouTube is Cartoonist Kayfabe. Cartoonist Kayfabe is the artist of this book, Ed Piskor, along with another artist, Jim Rugg. They love comic books, and they're very good at talking about them. The YouTube channel is usually just them pulling out one of their favorite comic books out of their collection, and then just talk about it on camera. And it's really wonderful. This is their logo. So it's a riff on the Kayfabe logo with them visiting all kinds of violent, horrible atrocities on themselves. The next up is a very boobalicious 1 in 10 ratio variant.
We can almost barely show it.
Obvious homage to Spawn by Jim Rugg. This was the most requested one this week. The last one that was really popular was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles ratio homage, but the Spawn one is a close second. I don't think I have any shelf ones. I think we had enough people request these that I'm not going to have any, but we'll see.
How much were those?
How much were they?
Yeah.
Like, how much did I price them at?
Yeah.
I think I priced them at $25. And then we have Jeff Darrow. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
This is the 1 in 15 ratio variant.
Mackerel.
And I love Jeff Darrow. I know the Spawn cover is going to overshadow this, but
can you point it down?
Tell me when.
It's just hard with the plastic.
Here we go.
If you're not already familiar with Jeff Darrow, he's just such a cool artist. He doesn't really do comic books anymore, unfortunately. But you would know him maybe from like Shaolin Cowboy. He actually did not only Matrix comic books, but he did production work on the movie. His fingerprints and the look of some of that movie comes from him.
Matrix comics, he did. I think he did the cover.
Yeah, he did the cover. Yeah. So anyway, it's a treat whenever he decides to come out of the woodwork and do a cover. That's really
I'm
cool.
sorry, that blows the Spawn cover away.
Sure.
Spawn's nice, but this one's better.
All right, rounding it out here, I did have enough people order Usagi this week to get a 1 in 10 ratio variant.
Oh, wow.
I'm not sure who the artist is, but we don't get these very often. And I priced it pretty cheap. So Get an Usagi variant while you can.
And there's going to be an animated show.
That's right. That's right. I don't typically get the Vampirella stuff, but you
will
know
be getting
that
some soon.
When Adam Hughes does a cover, I have to pay attention and listen. So I got a fair amount of these Adam Hughes covers. I haven't seen him do Vampirella in quite a long time. And I got a couple of the other alternate covers for this as well. I don't even know what the hell it's called. What is it? Vampirverse?
Vampirverse.
So stupid.
But you will be buying Dynamite covers soon.
Why?
There's going to be Stray Dog covers. I'm serious.
That's
I'm
interesting.
serious.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. And I did order enough of them to qualify for some ratios. So there's an homage there to the original Warren magazine cover for Vampirella. Here's kind of a cool Japanese, I guess, style version of Vampirella. I'm not sure who the artist is on this one. I guess that's kind of the point here. It's sort of like multiple dimensions. It's like Loki for Vampirella.
Yeah.
Here's one that looks like maybe like a steampunk Vampirella. And then I do have that same Adam Hughes cover in black and white as well.
Actually, it kind of looks pretty cool.
120
cool
ratio variant. Last one's a little baby one. There's the James Tynion book Wind, which I'm not ordering for the shelf anymore, but we do still have a fair amount of people that are still subscribing to it, and it's still coming out. So just a reminder that book is still coming out. You got to subscribe to it if you want to keep reading it, but they do sometimes do a one per store open to order cover. So that's
and last week we did get the trade of the first story arc, and it was in that young adult side.
Okay, I have some graphic novels to talk about, and then
Can I ask them?
Yes, sir.
Did you say anything about this book?
I didn't, but go for it.
Oh, you did?
No, I didn't.
You have enough of it?
Like 3. What are you doing? Here. Go ahead.
It's a good book.
I really like Campisi, yeah. We still have copies of the first issue. I think we have a couple left.
Goodfellas meets How to Train Your Dragon.
Sort of.
Or Dragon Slayer. Goodfellas meets Dragon Slayer. That would be the better arc.
I think Derek and I both really enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it too. I liked the first issue.
It wasn't going where I thought it was going. It's not quite it. You think like, oh, he's gonna team up with the dragon, but actually the dragon like comes to his hood, and this guy's just like, nobody comes to my neighborhood and just starts dragoning around. I'm gonna.
It's an old kind of blood feud. The dragon's coming back.
Yours?
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so I did really enjoy this. I highly recommend it. It's the same writer that brought us Kaiju Heist. So that's sort of this guy's deal. He takes the crime genre, and then he adds a kind of monster element to it, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, the artworks are really nice too.
Do you want to talk about this one?
Yeah, this is a Jessica Cruz story. It's one of the DC young adults graphic novel. I really enjoyed the artwork was great, and I really loved the coloring too. I really, really like that.
They are just pumping these out.
Yeah, well, because I know I think the Raven, like when they made that, they initially printed 600,000. They sold out before it shipped.
Holy moly!
So yeah, it's nuts.
Whistle was last week, right?
Whistle was last week, yeah, and that was like a new Gotham character. It says acclaimed author Lillian Rivera and artist Stephen C. reimagine one of DC's greatest Green Lanterns, Jessica Cruz, to tell a story about immigrant family and overcoming fear to inspire hope.
Don't read that whole thing.
No, I'm not going to read it.
Okay.
Nope, I wasn't going to go there.
That's a long summary.
But
I remember it had to be this big.
But the artwork is just really nice, and
it does
the
look really
coloring
nice.
is just gorgeous.
Jessica.
Okay, next up we have the next volume of the James Tynion Batman. They're doing hardcovers first on this. This is technically volume 4 of the James Tynion and Jorge Jimenez run. This was, I think, this is the first arc of stuff that came out after the shutdown, like when DC started publishing again or started bringing Batman back.
Yeah, it's got Batman 106 through 111 and Infinite Frontier 0.
Yeah. We have a Batman anthology series.
This is new.
Batman the World.
Brand new.
This is new.
It's all new.
This is neat. This is Batman creative teams for all over the world. So I'm looking at the back here. You're going to get Batman stories from Mexico, Turkey, Russia, Italy, Spain, France, Japan, all over the place. The Olympics of Batman stories.
They even released a trailer for this online. They did a video.
Yeah, this is a big push from DC.
By the way, if you didn't know, Pulp Fiction always does 30% off on our graphic novels. Everything
What
you're
a
seeing is
deal.
30% off the cover price. We have is this a reprint or is this the new? That's
This is
the
the
stuff,
new-
That's
this
the
is
new
the new
stuff.
one, yeah.
Okay, so this is the more recent Batman Black and White books that came out, and I didn't get a chance to read every single one, but I saw
Look at that talent.
the
talent grid.
murderers row
Yeah.
of artists,
Yeah.
and some really cool stuff in there. Highly recommend checking out. Lots of really good things for Batman short stories. Batman has always had a really great track record for short stories, and no shortage.
Where's your
in
buddy?
there. Yep, we got James Stocco in there. No, Trad Moore did a story. I love this stuff. Again,
Annie
it's
Kubert.
it's like what you
Daniel Warren Johnson did one. I remember that. That was a really good story.
very cool.
Yeah, these are really good.
We also have Wonder Woman, 80 Years of the Amazon Warrior. This is similar to, they did a Batman one of these, and I guess we got a Superman one. I can't remember.
Yeah.
It's sort of just a cross sampling of books across years in her career. These are really cool if you're a big Wonder Woman fan, and they make perfect gifts for anybody you think might be kind of interested or a lot really interested in Wonder Woman.
So this also, it says more than 100 pages of newly recolored material, which could go either way.
Right.
Because sometimes when they recolor the old stuff. But it says never before collected the lost Golden Age story from DC Special Number 3. So it's got commentary by writer-artist Trina Robbins. And from also there's a commentary from Patty Jenkins, Gail Godot, and Linda Carter.
Very cool. We have the next volume in the still, I think, very popular Image series Monstrous. This is one that Annie recommends to a lot of people all the time. I've only read the very first issue, but the first issue was awesome.
Eisner winning series.
And it's beautifully drawn by Sana Takeda. And it's sort of a very dark fantasy kind of story. Dark. I mean, like Game of Thrones dark, for sure.
The art's gorgeous.
And a lot of crossover here between manga fans. We get a lot of people that only read manga. We get them to cross over and check this out. So if
my wife likes this book.
Yeah, it's really good from what I understand.
Oh, and this has that one shot or whatever. Yeah, Monstrous Talk Stories 1 and 2. That 2-issue kind of side thing that they did.
Adam says Big Guy and Rusty the Robot as well. His art is dense. Was that?
That's
and he also did Hard Boiled.
Hard Boiled.
Louis says, does the French Batman story have Batman waving a white flag to surrender?
Oui.
It's a beret with the ears pointing at it.
Use a French rifle, only never been shot, only dropped once. Yeah, Sir Brubaker, Captain America, is like, I don't like that. I fought with many brave Frenchmen in the trenches of World War II, and then Mark Miller takes Captain America. Goes, do you think the A stands for France? Okay, it's kind of a fucking nice joke. It was a long time ago. We got a couple of Marvel trades this week. New volume of Savage Avengers, the ever popular Savage Avengers that is keeping up.
Look, Deadpool and Conan getting drunk together.
This looks pretty fun. And next volume of Miles Morales Spider-Man as well. This is the Clone Saga stuff that made a few waves this past year. And better late than never, we were shorted on these, and we finally got our replacements. I do have a couple of extra copies of the new Amazing Spider-Man Omnibus. The stuff will be written by Jerry Conway. So that must mean that there's a first appearance of Punisher in there somewhere, right? If I know my Spidey at all, no, I suck. Okay, never mind. Maybe it's the next volume or the volume before.
What issue was it? 180. I think it was 180 something. I don't know. It could be. Whatever.
I'm showing my ignorance.
Yeah, whatever.
And then last but not least, we should I save? Because that's a good segue into talking about it one more time.
Let's talk about that.
Okay, and then again, yes, Stray Dogs trade paperback. It is out tomorrow. I have a ton. I just decided, I announced here on camera, now I got to commit to it, that I'm going to sell them for half off through the signing. So even if
through Saturday at 4 p.m.
Yeah.
4:01, you're screwed.
I'm actually hoping that enough people show up that maybe Tony sticks around past 4 o'clock. We'll see. I'm hoping that's for success. Yeah, check this out. Highly recommended. We'll have a ton of them on the shelf tomorrow. So again, Stray Dog signing this coming Saturday, the 18th. Tony Fleece, the writer of Stray Dogs, will be here from noon to 4. We open at 11, though. Maybe we'll just open at noon that day. I don't know. I got to think about that.
That might be a wise idea.
Might be a good idea. But I expect there's going to be a line, so get here early if you can. You can absolutely bring your own merchandise. to get signed, your own covers, whatever. He will do 5 signatures for free. Every signature after that will cost $5. Can you hand me that blank cover over there, Steve? Yep. He will also be here to do head sketches. He will do head sketches of characters from the Stray Dogs book for $40.
Or he will do ponies.
Or he'll do a pony. If you want, he will do a My Little Pony for you, no problem. But I have a ton of blank covers and a ton of trade paperbacks, and I might have some other covers that I've been sandbagging as well for sale. But you should think about bringing your own stuff that you've already bought. And if you don't own anything, like I said, perfect thing to have one of these Stray Dogs covers or the trade paperback. You can't go wrong. We are also going to have Rocket Pressing here with an official CGC witness, which means that if you want to bring a book here, get it signed by Tony, and then talk to Rocket Pressing about paying them to facilitate a CGC grading for you. You can have it all taken care of, one-stop shop, where you end up with a slabbed, signed copy of any Stray Dogs cover of your choice that you happen to have. This is a hot book. If you didn't know, just in case you were collecting the comic books and don't really pay attention to that sort of thing, speculators are definitely jumping on this. It has already been optioned. It's looking like it's going to be an animated film. Not a Paramount, because Paramount's disappearing. So we can't. Didn't you say Paramount earlier?
Yeah, that's Paramount.
Yeah, Paramount's like dying right now, isn't it?
No,
Paramount Plus is actually doing pretty
well,
good.
they just had a regime change.
I thought it was a whole thing where we're all done making movies. We're just going to make like cartoons or something.
No.
All right, never mind. In any case, yeah, it's definitely a collector's item at this point. They did a lot of different printings and a lot of different homages to different horror movies and such. Just to give you an example, I have a few covers at home that are worth a few $100s just by themselves. So it is a hot little tamale. And if you want to commemorate your collection by getting it graded, it'd be a good idea. If you've never done anything like that before and you're kind of sheepish about it, just come and talk to me about it. Don't email me. It takes too long. It takes too long for me to write everything and explain everything there is to know about CGC. But I promise if you come in here and you corner me here in the shop, I'll talk to you about it, or give us a call. I'll do my best to kind of tell you. It's not that scary. It costs a little bit of money, but it is pretty cool. And I'm going to get some stuff signed and graded myself personally for some of the covers that I was collecting when Stray Dogs was just getting started.
Will he sign my lower back? I'm hoping to get a tattoo, Luis said.
Tony is most likely not going to sign your lower back. Don't ask Tony to sign your lower back,
I
please.
believe it's a pipe.
Yeah, we'll get the pipe out and beat
Sounds
you.
like a pipe dream.
Somebody asked if he'll do Grumpy Cat. Grumpy Cat is not a character from Stray Dogs, so I do not think he'll do that. But if you want to bring a copy of Grumpy Cat comic book, I'm sure he'll sign it. I'm sure he'll sign anything you want him to.
Someone said something about Punisher first appearance was Amazing Spider-Man 129.
129. Got it. Okay.
It's later than that. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's it for business. Do you want to do some fun stuff?
Yeah. Couple questions. Did we talk about this?
No, because I have 2 copies on the shelf.
Okay, so we shouldn't say anything about it.
Can if you want, but
I
I don't see Fantastic Four all of a sudden getting popular.
Yeah, you guys
That's
missed
'cause
out by
Dan
not
Slott's-
getting this.
That's because Dan Slott's writing it. Oh, did I
really?
say that out loud?
What is this an anniversary of?
I forget. Is it 80th? No, 80th. What the hell am I talking about? 60.
60
60th
years.
anniversary.
60 years. I like to stretch and kick. I'm 60 years old.
Yeah, Mark Waid did write a story, so that might be good.
Marvel likes to do big old fat things. They're expensive, and they do a bunch of different covers as a trap for me to spend hundreds of dollars that I don't want
It's
to
a
spend.
trap!
So I did a lot of pre-orders, and I got a couple to the shelf.
We did talk about
Oh, you
the.
did? Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
we-
just a little bit, but I
the variant
didn't. I did not order a ton of these, but I do have, I think, like 7 or 8 copies of the cardstock cover. I had a few of these too, but it's always what happens when people ask for them after the pre-order deadline. All my shelf copies disappear, and they usually just ask for the A cover, so then I don't have them for the shelf. It's all your fault.
It's all Derek's fault.
And we got Justice League finally. They got delayed, and Superman and the Authority looks like it's trying to catch up. There's some weird DC
Well,
things.
Superman and the Authority was originally going to be bi-weekly, but then they changed it to
We
Monday.
have issue 3 this week. Yeah.
Rick Rock says, I would suggest that those doing signatures only should be shuffled through in between his sketches. They should shorten the line, as it was very time consuming for each sketch to be completed. This was my experience at Comic Book. All right, we'll take that under advisement.
Yeah. Who is that? Somebody we know?
Yeah, Rick Rock, 34.
Hey, Rick Rock 34. if you don't mind, buddy, get at me on Instagram or Facebook or something like that. I'd actually like to pick your brain.
Yeah.
I'm
There's a point. The sketches do take longer than just the signature. So
right, but how is he going to sign if he's doing a sketch?
Yeah.
Right.
He can't only do one thing at a time, right?
I mean, maybe there'd be a allotted time for sketches or something.
I'm going to talk to Tony.
Yeah,
I'm going to talk to Tony.
Yeah, because maybe he might want to
'Cause I am
do
still trying to
one
figure out the
line for
logistics of
signing,
that.
one line for
Yeah, perhaps.
sketches. We'll see.
Okay.
Any other store news or business?
Again, just a reminder in case you're going to be like, ooh, and Saturday, then I'm going to go bin diving. There will be no bins on the day of the signing. I need
Away with the bins.
I'm going to be hiding them off in an undisclosed location so we have more room for the signing.
And no one bring trade-ins.
Please don't bring any trade-ins yet. I told everybody to leave it. Please no trade-ins until further notice. We'll get back to normal business soon, but we got a lot going on right now.
He says he'll DM you or stop by the shop. Very good. Okay, cool. Got a couple other fun questions. Our first question was pretty neat. We got some good audience participation regarding the karaoke of Shang-Chi.
Oh, wait. Again, reminder also that we have the Stray Dogs contest. Please
Yes.
take a picture of any of the covers that you managed to purchase. There's a lot of them out there, so to show them off. I'm going to do that myself soon.
If you don't
And-
have a dog, you can be creative.
Yeah, be creative. I mean, they're horror things too. So post it with your favorite horror toy or favorite horror movie or whatever.
Dress up like Norma Bates' mom.
We're gonna pick our favorites, and you're gonna get a free signed copy of the trade paperback.
What a deal.
Yeah.
So just by being fun and silly on Instagram, you get free stuff.
Yeah, it's easy.
Signed.
Yeah.
What a great deal, I'd
Yeah.
say.
All right.
Okay. So this was a question from Megan Easley. I don't know who that is, but she sounds beautiful.
She sounds
strange
really
person.
sweet.
She says since Malignant came out and James Wan is on the mind, if you could pick any James Wan scary character from any of his various scary movies
Oh, it has to be scary.
over for dinner, whom would you have over?
I haven't seen all those movies, so it's hard for me to know.
Mine's easy. Jigsaw.
Yeah.
Well,
Because I would want to play games with him.
well, we could also
Would you
say,
like to play a
if
game?
You,
I'm
if
like,
you
yes,
could
I got
have
Monopoly.
any scary person, but
She's asking about James.
I haven't seen most of them, so I'd have to say Aquaman.
Scary movie.
He's kind of scary a little bit. I mean, I wouldn't want to see Jason Momoa in a dark alley. He'd probably beat the crap out of me.
I'll take Gabriel.
Gabriel over?
Yeah. I mean, Gabriel is
Which
actually
way would he sit?
most of the time. Gabriel's very pleasant. Most of the time, Gabriel's a very wonderful person that I would love to have this charming person in my house. It's just that every once in a while, when Gabriel's not very
Well,
pleasant,
you didn't wrong him when he was young, so you should be fine.
I should be
See,
okay.
see, if I invited Aquaman over, I could serve fish and watch him flip out.
How dare you.
I just have to get a weird chair for Gabriel, so you just had to do the you sit with the back of the chair in front of you, like
Yeah.
a cool musician or something, or a model.
Did Rorschach wrap up? Is this the end?
No,
I
or
think
this.
there's like one more.
No,
It's
this
12, right?
This is
Yeah.
12.
Oh, then that's it. Yeah, that's
yeah,
the
this is the
last
last issue. Yeah, Tom King said it was. Oh, and him and George Fornes are doing a new book, but he hasn't said yet.
I don't know if you can see me, but there it is. Okay. And then the last question. This might be a little dangerous. I don't know how to answer myself. But it's fun, so we'll ask anyway. Why the Last Man just came out. The show. There's books here in Pulp Fiction. Come buy the books because the books are great. But the theoretical question for the evening is, thank you, Stephen. Love it, love it. Product placement. You, Ryan. You, Stephen. You, Derek. Or you, the watcher, the viewer. I guess you could flip it if you're the opposite gender, or however you want to identify for the question. If you are the last man on Earth
Or woman.
or woman, what would you do? What's the first thing you would do?
Oh, I just watch a bunch of movies.
So you just sit around and watch movies.
Yeah, that sounds like heaven.
I would go to Disneyland. I'd be all by myself.
There we go.
But there's other. You're not the only one left on the world.
I know, but I'd be the only one that would get to ride everything.
But my wife. Actually, I'm not even going to say that. That's too dark. Never mind.
You could get in trouble
I'm
with
gonna
this
hold
one,
that back.
A day at Disneyland by yourself, and all the women would or men,
I would start a kissing booth.
or you could do the Lucy psychiatrist in for. Well, I'd charge more than a nickel, but you make a lot of money.
I would finally join the NFL. And I'd play all the positions.
Yeah, I think I just probably watched a lot of movies.
until they came after you.
Yeah, I would have to find a bunker.
Yeah,
I just need electricity and a DVD player, and I'll be good.
there you go.
Adam
Adam
what's
says,
the Twilight Zone? There was finally
The
time.
Burgess Meredith
Burgess
episode,
Meredith,
yeah.
yeah.
Which I think Richard Matheson wrote that episode.
I have a fun idea for that thing where all the people that have physical media, and then it's like Dark Ages, and everything goes dark, and all the nerds that have insane, huge libraries full of books, you become the purveyors of culture, and you have all the power because everybody else is bored.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Adam says, I wonder how many times I could write Haunted Mansion and Pirates. There you go. Louis says, I go to Pulp Fiction and share memes directly from the store for my own amusement.
There you go.
There you go. I like it. All right, kids, that's a show. Let me flip it over to me real quick. I'm Derek Easley of Derek Easley Entertainment. I'm going through some comics here. Let me see if I can put my information up here. Going captions.
Derek, are you doing some of your business that you do after the show typically right now during the show?
I'm multitasking.
I'm very proud of you.
I gotta get home to my wife.
I'm very happy right now.
So Derek Easley Entertainment, owned by myself and Megan Easley. We do video, drone, pictures, post production. We'll be here filming some Tony Fleece stuff, and I think we might be doing a charity event afterwards. But so if you ever need any video, photography, post production, editing, or can recommend anyone to us, we appreciate the business. We work all over Long Beach, and Orange County, and Los Angeles. So there you go. And who are you, Mr. Stephen Howarth, and where can we find you?
I'm Stephen Howarth. I have a website, popculturemaven.com, which I sadly have not updated in a little bit, mostly because I've been doing the YouTube videos. So I do comic reviews every week and point out that this wonderful man here gets all my comics for me.
I try.
Yeah.
He's the drug dealer.
But no, check it out. And I am working on more of a, shall we say, young adult story for Halloween. Horror films that like young adults can watch.
Yeah.
You know, because obviously, they can't, watch certain ones because, they're kind of insane. But yeah, we're working on that.
Monster Squad.
That's always an
Wolfman's
easy
got nards.
Wolfman's got nards.
Hey, by the way, look at this cover.
Is that Brian Hitch?
No, that's Brett
Oh.
Shaw.
But
Nick
look
Bradshaw?
at, if you like your Jonathan Kent de-aged and some awesome Super Friends, Super Sons action, this is such a beautiful cover. That's all I have to say. Ryan, any last thoughts, words?
One more quick thing. You know how I tell everybody get your FOC books in by Sunday morning, and that's the actual deadline. And then there's some people, not necessarily any of the people that are here in the room with us, but other people that don't always get their books in by Sunday morning, because I know that life is busy and there's a lot of things going on and stuff or whatever. I only bring this up because Diamond is officially moved the Marvel deadline to Sunday. So I have Marvel and DC deadlines on Sunday. Those are firm, hard deadlines. So if you come and ask for
everything before Sunday morning,
Firm and hard.
Everybody is now just Sunday morning.
I had to do some rejections this week because if it was something that I only ordered, I didn't order any shelf copies of, no
Fantastic
extras.
Four, as an example,
or like if there's an alternate cover that you really wanted, I'm ordering less B covers these days. You got to get it in there because my hands are tied. It won't be up to me. I won't be able to get it for you. So that's it. Just the deadline is Sunday morning. It has always been such. It's been a little softer for some folks. Get those things in by Sunday morning. Otherwise, I won't be able to do anything about it.
And I will say, I think it's Eduardo's been putting up the DC stuff, and he's way ahead.
Yeah, he's very, very far ahead of DC.
So I've actually been doing like weeks in advance, and I'm like, when I look at this week's, I've already done it. So especially, I think the DC is kind of a little more wonky than previews in general.
DC is a little bit more special.
Yeah.
Again, all the ratio variants are priced. They're ready to go. Go ahead and go to our website, Pulp Fiction Books and Comics.com, and you can see the variants there. If you see anything you're interested in, shoot me an email at pulpfictionlongbeach@gmail.com, and I will let you know if that variant is available or not.
He'll just pew the email to Ryan.
That's right.
Does it feel good to be back, Ryan?
Yeah.
You missed it, didn't you?
Oh,
I mean, in a way.
I'm always like that with vacations. I go away, and instead of being like sad that I come home, I'm always like excited and jazzed to bring my new positive energy back. And
So
kick
how
everything.
what did the cat do when you came home?
They were really excited and loving and affectionate.
Yeah, Clark. We were gone
They
for
weren't
just.
upset or anything.
No, sometimes they do. Yeah, sometimes they're like, "You left," and they get a little
Yeah.
pouty.
But Annie did kind of babysit him a little bit.
They had a lot of visitors. We actually
Good.
had a couple of house guests.
Good.
They had a cat
while
party.
we were gone. But no, they're great. They're happy we're home, and people are like, "Ew, cats! They don't have emotions." I'm like, bullshit. I mean, you gotta maybe your
Oh,
cats, but our cats love
Super
us very
emotional.
much.
Yeah, we were gone for not even a week, like 5 days, and
Cat's
Clark.
crap in your shoe.
Yeah, no, they actually were pretty clean.
Oh, okay.
So Lois was really emotional, and Clark will not stay away from Megan. Like he's like, don't ever leave. He's like so like attached to her hip, like rubbing his head on her. He's nuts. Did you do a lot of work from Hawaii? Did Jessica tell
I
you to calm
learned
down?
that I am never. Something will need to drastically change before I can't take an off the grid vacation. That's not going to happen. I can't go to Big Sur for whatever. It was nice to get away. I loved being in Hawaii, but I absolutely need an internet connection in order to continue doing this stuff. Otherwise, it will be bad. Everybody just won't get books for 2 weeks. So, but it was fine, and it was nice. I got a chance to do. I hated our website. I still hate it, but I got a chance to go in there and just do a couple of just quick, easy things. They take like an hour though. It's hard to even find like an hour. My wife's like, "What are you doing? You're working." Annie was getting mad at me, like, "Why don't you just enjoy your vacation?" Part of my vacation right now is that I have enough time right now and don't have distractions that I can do a couple of these things.
Yeah, you actually kind of got to do things you wanted to do in a weird way.
Right. So no, I was excited to get back. I have lots of plans for the shop. You guys have no idea.
Burn it all down, start over again.
Sorta. Okay. And I'm excited about comic books. I'm excited about seeing all y'all again. And stay safe out there. And
should we point out the Batman box, or do we do that?
There's like 2 left.
Okay.
I'm trying to get more graphic boxes. They keep disappearing every time I get them.
Okay.
I'll up my orders again on the next one.
Awesome.
That's it. I want to go home. Let's go.
Stray dogs, everyone. This
Stray
Saturday.
dogs. Stray dogs. Stray dogs.
All right, we'll talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.